Hello everybody, it's Michael. So what's going on today in the world is that Foxconn, which makes the iPhone, is thinking of actually increasing their diversifying their production away from China and to make some of the iPhones in India. Recently there have been news reports that the Foxconn has invested $1 billion investing in production facilities in India, and I think this is a great thing. It shows that Apple is diversifying away from just manufacturing only in the Chinese market, and I think this is really going to serve Apple really well. For one thing, as we've been seeing, having all of your eggs in one basket and basically manufacturing everything in China, I think it's actually been proven to be a huge mistake because anything can happen. There is a lot of unpredictability in the world, and so I think Apple is really thinking, how do we reduce our risk? And one way they want to do so is to actually increase the capacity slowly at first. I think this is a test run. They're going to see how many iPhones can we actually make in India. If they find that it's a very efficient process, I imagine that they will slowly expand it next year even more. And I think that they will actually test it in other countries too. But India, since it is one of the most populous countries in the entire world, I think that there's a lot of room for them to increase their capacity there. And not only that, but it's since India is a country that is run by the rule of law, it's less likely that there's some kind of huge risk that might happen. I mean, the government is not likely to just one day storm in there and confiscate the factory or shut things down or cause a lot of unpredictable results. And not only that, but the U.S. has very good relations with India. And I think that that's one reason why it's not likely that there will be any kind of trade war with them or anything like that, especially because the U.S. Wants a geopolitical ally, and right now it actually makes sense to have India as a counterweight right now. So I think India, if you're in India, you're in very good shape right now, precisely because they're expanding away from the Chinese market. And another reason why Apple might be shifting their production to India is because in the Indian market, only 1% of it is our iPhones. And I think that that's another way of enticing Indians to buy the iPhone. They'll be able to say, hey, this phone was made here. It might at first be expanding it so that these phones are available in the Indian market. But I imagine if this is a very good process and works very well, I imagine that many people will want these phones to be made in India. And I think governments around the world have become very skeptical of the Chinese Communist Party, and as a result there is a strong desire to have another resource out there, and it takes away power from the Chinese Communist Party, because if people are able to buy phones made in India, there probably will be other things made there as well. So it's an interesting thing. China has thought that they had a lot of power, a lot of economic power, and had the opportunity to say no to other people. But the truth is, India has a very big market, 1 billion people. That's a lot of people who can make similar things like iPhones. And I think this is a great time period for something like this. I think that people were hoping for this. I think people in other countries would be more than happy to buy an iPhone that is made in India. So I think this is a really positive development about what is possible, and it's a sign that this might even be the proper time to invest in India. Now, in the past, I don't think India was but I think in the past it wasn't the best investment, perhaps because I think the markets were not shooting up a lot. But I think we might see a dramatic change right now, precisely because there's now a change in the sentiment. People want to invest in India. They want to be able to see that there are new opportunities that are available too. So I think that's one reason why I think that's one reason why it actually will turn out to be a very good investment option, especially within the next 3 to 5 years from now. I think that's going to be the major change that we will have to see. Other things that may happen between now and then, of course, is that I think that with the virus and the uncooperative nature of the Chinese government, there'll be even more of this strong desire to find alternative supply chains. I think India is a very, very good choice. So if you're in India, you should be very proud that this is a wonderful moment in time where there's a change in sentiment and there's a strong desire to invest in your country, because there's never been a better opportunity. And I think other people will even take an interest in this, to find maybe Indian ETFs, find out maybe people should figure out a way to buy property nearby where the factories are. Maybe that's going to be a big time market opportunity. So that's it for now. It's an unusual video because I'm focusing on India, but I just started thinking about, you know, India might be a wise place to consider some foreign investment, precisely because there's something that's changing, and it's very, very different. So that's it for today. Don't forget to smash the like button wherever you are in the world, and subscribe.